Okay. Just going to share the video. Okay, just sharing it into the Creative Family group. Hello, Deborah. How are you? Right. Okay. So, hello, Kelly. Hello, Mary. I didn't call this a scrapbook along. I called it an answer along. Yep. Corny, I know, but, you know, it'll work. Let's put that over there so you can't see that. Okay. So, I only bought cheap new video rigs. Right. You can tell I'm a cheapskate because you can see the base. If I'd spent 6 times as much money, you would not see the base. It's all cool. And let's turn the light on. I've got to turn the light on. There we go. How's that? Oh, that's better. Look at that. Hello, Angela. How are you? Okay, so first up, don't forget Mother's Day sale ends tomorrow night. 30% off almost everything. And you don't need a code. Okay. I need that. Let me talk about that later. And Nature's Way. And once we get a fair few people here, I'll show you the Nature's Way pattern paper as well. So the Nature's Way virtual retreat is from the 20th to the 22nd of June, and you've got just under 2 weeks to get your bookings in and your payments made. Right. I've got to take these to work today. So this was this week's classes. So we made the page and we made the card and decorated the envelope. So that was this week's classes. Just running through. Right. Oh, I've got something on my list. Let's go back. Hello, Diana and Beck. Hello, Karen and Quentin. Hello, Dawn. I might have booked myself some extra Mother's Day prezzies yesterday. Okay. It's all Mother's Day, isn't it? Mother's Day is worth it. Hello, Trish. How are you? Okay. So we did touch on this morning. I'm trying to answer all the questions I've got. I'm going to try and I've got a pile of stuff here. I've got a lot of questions to answer. I will do my best. What's the difference between a virtual retreat and a hybrid retreat? So a virtual retreat means that we send you a parcel. The price does not include postage, because if we included postage in the price, it would be really, really unfair to some of you, because some of you actually have subscriptions for kits, have subscriptions for Chippy Cuts of the Month Club, have subscriptions for Color Cuts of the Month Club. You might have a subscription on tape or matte gel or glue. You might be a regular shopper because you scrapbook a lot, or you make cards that you sell, or whatever it is. You might not pay postage because you might get to $150 on a regular basis and get free postage. So if we included postage in the price of the virtual retreat, then that's not fair to those people that qualify for free postage all the time, because then they're paying postage, but they're qualifying for postage. And it's, you know, in all fairness, it doesn't include postage. So we send you out a kit, doesn't include postage when you book, and you have enough in your kit to make the 8 classes. So 6 of those in a private Facebook group, and 2 of them, the Friday night and the Saturday night, are out on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. But you have everything in your kit to make those 2 classes as well. We don't know what the classes are in advance. We make them on the fly, which is much, much better, we feel, because it gives you a lot more creativity in making them yourself. It actually shows you exactly what we did. We're not telling you what we did before. We're actually showing you the creative process and why we make decisions and how we fix mistakes when we make them, because we do. We have daily Zoom catch-ups, private Facebook group, a private messenger group, and you get pre-release shopping. And it is valued well over $300, but it's only $105. So that's what a virtual retreat is. A hybrid retreat is where we do a virtual retreat, and then 2 weeks later, we do a retreat in person. The in-person retreat is, yes, at our store, but it's not like other in-store retreats. So when you do the in-person retreat with us, it's from 9 a.m. Friday till 4 p.m. Sunday. You're going to do 4 classes with us at the store, or you might make a whole big project over 4 sessions. You're going to get a challenge pack to do a page challenge. We take a group photo and you get that photo given to you. Like we pick that up on Saturday arvo or Sunday morning. We feed you morning tea, lunch, and afternoon tea for the 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Plus we give you dinner and dessert on Friday night and Saturday night. It's all very nice, clean food. We don't get Subway. We don't get Domino's. We don't, get takeaway. It's all really beautifully made food. Plus, you get the virtual retreat from 2 weeks before as a bonus from us. So that's what a hybrid retreat is. A hybrid is a virtual retreat, but it's got an in-person 2 weeks later. And it's just so that when we have them in our system and they're on that events, retreats, classes, and crops page on our website, I will put that link up because that's a mouthful. When you go to that page, you can identify, okay, so this retreat's a virtual retreat, so it's only available virtual, but it's hybrid. So I get the choice to either do it virtual or go to Gladstone and do it in person and hang out with the team. So yes, I'm going to say my hellos again. Emerald. Oh, hello from Emerald. Oh, wow. Oh, no, I don't think that is Emerald, Queensland, Quentin. Hello, Laura. Looking forward to preview Nature's Way. Hello, Carol. Is Karen L here? Yes, she is. Okay. She would shoot me if I showed Nature's Way without her being here. But yes, I hope I have answered that question. But yes, it does help you to identify when you look at that page that I put the link up for, whether it's just virtual or whether you've got the opportunity that you could come to Gladdy. Okay, so we show a little bit of a sneak peek now of what the collection's going to be. So I've got a little bit of an idea of the colours or a little idea. We don't show snippets of the actual pattern paper anymore because we all know why. Okay, that's that. Let's talk about the mood board challenge. Then I'll show you Nature's Way, and then I've got a pile of other things here. I'm here and a bit excited to see the greens of Nature's Way. Yes, Emerald, Queensland. Oh, I thought you guys were travelling around New South Wales. Oh, well, there you go. It is Emerald, Queensland. This is the mood board challenge. It goes up in the Creative Family group. There's an album in there. Yes, I know I'm behind with the prizes, but when you get your prizes, you understand full well why it takes us so long and why we batch them. We actually batch the prizes. So we don't give vouchers anymore. We actually give a gift because people just don't use the vouchers, or not everyone uses them. So with the mood board challenge, it's different each month, and I don't put it out on the first. There's so many challenges that go out on the first. It's just psychotic. So ours goes out. This is a little bit earlier. Sometimes we do them in month, but you don't need, if you have too many weeks to do the challenge, you don't do the challenge. We actually get more entries when we release it between the 10th and the 15th. Just that's a bit interesting. Hey, if we release it on the 1st, we don't get as many entries. So what you have in the mood board challenge is you have some things to inspire you. So you have words. So we've got outdoor, wilderness, beauty, travel, green, clear. And then you've got a group of pictures. So obviously they're all outdoory. There's a bit of green to make certain people happy. And because we're getting in the green mode, getting ready for Nature's Way, even though we've got a virtual retreat and an in-person retreat well before then. And we've got pop-up shops and all sorts of things. We sort of, I was in a bit of a green mode. So when you make your project, whether it's a card, so this one is a card, a scrapbook page, or a mixed media project, right? You're going to be inspired by the words, the colors, the textures, maybe the grid, maybe what's in the pictures, like a landscape, flower fields, grass. It could be you use lots of flowers. You could use a tag. Could do something about a waterfall. See, I could do waterfalls from when we were at Milford Sound. But it's not just making any old page or some page that you got a picture of that you made 6 years ago that's got a tag on it. That's not inspired by it. But it's taking a couple of things from it. You might do a photo of you guys in front of a waterfall when you were traveling to Cairns. You might use the word beauty in your journaling and put a tag on there with your journaling on it. And you might pick out a couple of these colors and put some flowers on your page. So that's inspired by it, not just and it's a new project, not an old project. It's a nice new project. It's to the idea is to get you to create and get you to try and have a go at something or get outside your comfort zone. Sorry about that. That is Color Cuts the Mother Club. Yep. So, oh dear. Okay. So you've got to the end of the month and we give away 2 prizes. You could do 3 pages, 2 cards, and a mixed media layout, but you'll only have 1 entry. And we don't do winners based they're pretty random, the winners. We don't pick the person that owns the most stuff or the person's been crafting the longest time. It's a sort of a pretty random thing. The winners, we do a lot of random number generator winners because everybody's work is amazing. Doesn't matter if you've been scrapbooking for 5 minutes or 15 years, your scrapbooking is amazing. But yeah, that's just my thing. Okay. Hello, Debbie. Working on the mood board challenge and finished the 1, 2, 3 challenge today. There you go. Diana is amazing. Hello, Di. There we go. Do we reckon we've got enough people to do Nature's Way in my answer along? Okay. I'm actually going to show you how to enter a challenge. Yep. We are actually going to do that tonight. I'm going to show you how to upload a picture for a challenge. So what I'm going to do is share screen. I'm going to go to that window. I'm going to go to that one. Can you see that? Can someone comment on Facebook and let me know? I can't see YouTube comments right now. I will come back to those in a minute, but I can see Facebook comments. Oh dear, dear, dear. So I'm just going to go to here and I am going to do this one. Right. Yep, can see it. Okay, hopefully you can hear me. So that is paper number 1. And that is like a gold glitter on that side. And then we've got, yep, it's not the same all over. It's very, if you have a really good look, let's see if we can zoom in. Yep, you can see there's a depth and there's shadow leaves in behind. I really liked making that one. So that's paper 1. And then this is paper 2. And it's got this really dark tealy hessian colour. But if you have a look at this, there's those different things. You'll find dragonflies and script and brick wall and little bits and pieces all through that one. So that's paper 2. And then paper 3 is sort of a bit of a sage. It would be really good for 1, 2, 3 challenge this month, but yeah, yep. I don't do the sketch for 1, 2, 3. Naomi John does. So we've got a spot, and then we've got this interesting dot floral. It gets a bit fuzzy when it gets big. So that's paper 3. And then paper 4, the first of our 3 fussy cuts. So it's got the pebbles, and the pebbles are actually the paper that Naomi John wanted. Remember we said that she got the paper she wanted. The pebbles is the ugly piece of paper she wanted. She just likes some of the fussy cuts. And then we've got some sort of different fussy cuts. We've got some ephemera, like little notebooky pieces, notepad pieces for journaling. I know it's a dirty word. Frame, some collage tags, and there were gaps, so I chucked in some leaves because you can't have gaps. Yeah, I know. And paper 5 has like this grunge effect on one side, and then it's got Tiggermire. I couldn't do a whole sheet of it because I couldn't justify it, but I felt we needed it. I felt it was interesting enough to have. And then there's those amazing feathers that are on our Nature's Way poster. And then we've got our flowers in sort of rust and mustard. And then there's some leaves, the mushrooms again. These are different ones this time, and a couple more collage tags, which I really liked. And some little flowers that you might not cut out because they're really tiny and they're sort of little watercolory blobby flowers, but they're really nice. I think they'll make really great fillers. And then paper 6 with one of my favorite pattern I made was the leaf pattern. I'm so glad I've already signed up for this retreat. I may be super excited for the whole retreat weekend. Yep. Laura says, wow, I love the color tones. Yep. Loving it. And so this is the second hessian, but it's sort of like a goldy mustard color. I thought it was a really nice color. I couldn't help but put the fox on and the gnome. They're really cool. And a door. We haven't done doors on paper for a really long time. Another frame. And crystals. It's a bit woohoo, I know, and it's a bit out there, this piece of paper, but it's ticking a few boxes for me with things. I probably won't fussy cut the leaves around the fox unless I'm going to do a project where I leave a white border, but definitely pretty excited to use this piece of paper with a few bits and pieces that we haven't really done much of before. So there we go. The gumboots are amazing. I love the gumboots. I thought you guys would like them. So let's stop sharing and go back to here and go back to this one. Oh my gosh, I made it work. Let's have a look here. I might look at that beautiful leaves. Yep, paper 1 is gorgeous, says Angela. Don't I like the texture, the pebbles. Yes, Naomi John loves the petals. She's just, yeah, pebbles, pebbles, pebbles. She really wants that piece of paper. If she doesn't use it at the retreat, I'm going to be really upset. I need to book into this one. I don't know if you have, Beck. No, I don't think you have. If you're concerned that you may have booked, but you're not sure, send us a message and we'll message you back if you have or not. The gumboots, the crystals. It's very you, Laura, the crystals. I thought you would like those. Lovely collection, amazing papers. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Already got plans, says Deborah. There you go. Deborah's got plans. Okay. So if you hadn't already seen the 1, 2, 3 scrapbook challenge, actually, I really don't know what she was thinking when she designed this sketch, but it's been designed for a while, ready, but it's, yeah, it definitely goes with Nature's Way. But that's okay. Get us all in Be the first time I've double booked. I'm just having a look, Beck. No, you have not booked yet, Beck. There you go. I'll keep that screen up if anyone else wants to know if they book. When is the retreat? It is from the 20th to the 22nd of June. I keep thinking it's like a week or two away. Definitely doing this one, says Mary. There you go. I keep thinking it's really close, but it's not. It's just the paper's already made. We haven't got it yet, but the paper is made. I can say that. Before we do the 1, 2, 3 challenge, I'm going to show you what the Chippy Cuts of the Month Club was last time. Not the ones that were fulfilled today, which is May. This is the April ones. This is what the April Chippy Cuts were. So just don't look if you haven't got yours in the mail. So these are up, but they're not on special. So you've got You're a Star, A Couple Between Friends, and Boss Super Dude Cool. So these are the size 2 size. So these are what, 3.5 by 5.5. So the total value now, like if you bought these separately, is $37.35 if you bought the what's in the Chippy Cuts of the Month Club, but you get them for $19.88 when you subscribe and save. Let me just put up the tab. So to do subscribe and save, we've had quite a few questions just lately about subscribe and save, because people are going, oh, when I go to add it to my cart, it says it's sold out. We actually have to click. You can't do the add to cart on that subscribe and save screen I just put up. You actually have to click on the product and then purchase it. And that's to stop people accidentally paying full price, because when you click on it, it's actually a cheaper price than what you saw on the previous screen. And it's really clear. We just changed to, so you get it, yeah, it says 29% discount. It's actually a bigger discount than that now. We just changed to a new subscription company this week. They don't have your card. The other lot didn't have your card either, even though I really trust them. We've spent a lot of time vetting these people, this company. But the process has been absolutely amazing and so smooth, and I'm so happy. I was really worried. The other company are not doing subscriptions anymore. That's why we had to change. So thank you all for your patience, but it has just been an amazing process, and I've never had anything go so easily. I'll be on the sunny coast. Lisa has her baby on the 17th. There you go. I'll look at it when we finish, says Debbie. So then the other 3 Chippy cut sheets were How Beautiful Are You? And it's got Beautiful You and Be Yourself. Being yourself is the best person to be. And it's got millions of little flowers, little pointy petal flowers. That one has got a lot in it. And because we do the Chippy Cuts now with the sheets, I can give you a whole heap of flowers without Naomi wanting to stab me in the eye. So, yes, there's no way she would do that before. This one is going to get another thing here and another one here and one here. And actually, we get less outages when we have little tabs in the right places. So then this one's Cute Safari, which has been around as a color cut for a long time, but I thought I would do something to go with, and Jungle of Cuteness. But these leaves would look really good with any of our sunny days and tropical papers as well. And then we've got the pandas, as cute as a panda and some bamboo. And then, so you could use this for your Japan holidays, China holidays, or just for cute little kid pictures. Look, I forgot a piece when I picked it out. Yeah, it doesn't even have, it could just be going to the zoo, but you could color these with your paint pens. So there you go. Love the paper, says Dawn. There we go. Okay, so that was Chippy Cuts of the Month Club last month. I can't show you what this month is, what the May ones are, because they get they've been put in everyone's pizza boxes today. Okay. 1, 2, 3 challenge. I get asked a lot about this. And sometimes we have people go, I just picked one of the 3 things. And I'm like, you got to do the 3 things. So you've got 1 sketch. So it's 1, 2, 3. So you've got 1 sketch, 2 colors, and 3 words. Right? 1 sketch, 2 colors, 3 words. You have to use the sketch, you have to use the colors, and you have to use the words. So the words don't have to be your title. The words could be your journaling theme. They could be the whole theme of your project, and you could just use 1 word from the title. You could use the person's name as your title, and then it's, you know, it's just the theme of the project. The page is the 3 words. But you do have to use the 2 colors, and you do have to use the sketch. The 2 colors have to be your main colors. You can add like black, white, cream, chocolate, but these are your main colors. Naomi John has been using a fair bit of color. So she's been adding a 3rd color just to help with what's going to go with this color scheme. So what's going to go with this color scheme? So some people would go, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I need a 3rd. I need just a tiny little touch of like what color my leaves going to be. So that could be it. So your sketch could go this way, or your sketch could go this way. Actually, it looks really good that way. And if you turned the words, you went that way. Yep. You could do your sketch this way. You could do it this way. Obviously, if you did it this way, you don't have to put your title running vertical. You could still run it. You could run it horizontal here. It's still sort of in the same spot. Instead of blotches and these big blotches, you could do big hearts, or you could do smushing. Like you could smush a color here and smush color here and smush color here. You could, these dots here, you could do stenciling, or you could do little marks, or you could get one of our foam stamps and stamp. So you could do something along the lines of like, so this is stencil, this is light molding paste and paint, and then this is stenciling as well. So you could do a different stencil in each of these sections. You could do torn pieces of paper in each of those sections. This one went here. You could do, this one got stamping. So this one's got stamps. You could stamp in the different sections, or swipe paint, or do fingerprints. Or you could collage rice paper. And when you collage your rice paper on, you use matte gel medium. I thought about actually doing a page with it tonight, but then that would, I know some people would find that a little restrictive, whereas if I give you plenty of ideas and ways to interpret it, I think it's going to make a big difference. Ask questions if you need to ask questions. So talking about color, so I call it daffodil and sage, right? It's like a light dirty green, and it's like this color. It's a yellow. It's a nice yellow. Obviously, that's the wrong color, but that's sort of the right color, and that yellow is the right color, but there's not much of this darker shade. So you could get away with that as a background, and that could work as a background. And then you could put something down here, or you could put a strip down here and paint that, or paint that bit there, or, you know, put your photos. However, you could use this piece as this yellow panel down the side. And it is only scrapbooking. I did say that, didn't I? Okay, so here we go. We've got, probably not these ones, but these leaves would work. But if you use these leaves, they're not really going to go with that. But you could use those as your leaves. it's not like going, oh, that's a green, I'm going to use like this lime green here. You're not going to get away with that. You'll get away with this yellow from Magical Memories, but you won't get away with it. You might get away with this vellum, but you'd have to use a lot of the yellow. Like, you'd have to come along and grab, like, let me look at it. You'd have to come along and grab this and use a fair bit of that to use that. And then you'd probably put like the white flowers and then just not much more of the dark green on your project. You could use that as the rice paper, but the green's a bit not quite. This is a good colour. The colour in these leaves is really good. These ones. And then the mustard. Getting a bit off there. Could use these flowers because they're neutral. This would work. This is your colours. Pretty close. This rice paper would work. You could go with this queen bee type thing because it's your yellow, and you could collage this on, and you could collage your bees on, and then maybe use torn bits of your honeycomb down the side here and start with a white background. And then you could add your green in from like leaves, or even you could add like these flowers, and then do like these light leaves here, not the limey ones. And then that, and then grab a bit of, say, this here to either frame your page or mat your photo, and then try and pick up a little bit more of your sage green from something else. Which, where were we? You get your yellow from here. That's the wrong colour. It's too dark. It's too blue. But this is what I do. I just go through my stuff. And so you could use this here, a little bit of this. Some of these circles you could use if you were going to do the queen bee thing. These balloons could probably work. That's a possibility. There's an amazing page by Elise in the Creative Family group with that. You could go here. So your green's not exactly like your screen and my screen are different. This one would work, but none of these possibly. Oh, if you squint your eyes, it's that foily colour there. Work. I hope this is helping. Have a wonderful Mother's Day. Yes, you too. And yes. Hello, Mel. How are you? Okay. I hope this is making sense. I'm just trying to answer. Oh, you know what the problem is? You can't, the mouse doesn't go across to that. This from Very Vintage works. This is the right colour, this sagey colour here. So yeah, look, there it is there. This is really not the right colour. Some of this is the right colour, but not the blue. But if you only used a little bit of the blue, you could get away with it. This is an acceptable background for 1, 2, 3 challenge because it's kind of a white, and so is this. So if you want to use those instead of one of your colours, you could use either of these as your yellow, and then the middle of this or this actually works as your green. That piece there. I hope that makes sense. Please tell me if that did not make sense and if I need to explain myself more. I'm trying to cover a million things and not upset everyone. So when you attach vellum, let's talk about that while we've got vellum here because I don't have any pages with it. When you're attaching vellum, what I do is I have something else that sits over the top somewhere, and that's what I attach through. Better to attach to it and behind it. So I might put my photo on here and I attach it with tape and I put tape behind because vellum is affected by liquid. So a liquid glue or a wet glue is going to make it a little bit wrinkly. And sometimes it could make it a super lot wrinkly. Naomi John likes cutting it into pieces and actually using matte gel to attach it in her journals. She likes it when it goes wrinkly and weird. We love texture in our art journals, but I'm not for that on my scrapbook page. But that's a personal choice. When you attach rice paper, if you want to stick it flat, let me get through my pile. It's part of my pile's done. Rice paper. When you attach rice paper like this, so it's smooth and it becomes an integral part of your layout, you're going to attach it using a matte gel medium, most likely with your fingers. Apply it because it can wreck paintbrushes if you don't wash it out straight away. It actually will wreck your paintbrush. But here, Naomi John has stuck her Australia outline to the rice paper and then just put it down just with a tiny bit of gel behind it, but she didn't try to make it an integral part because she wanted it to stand out. Another way to use rice paper is just like a piece of paper. And you draw a line where you want it. You could either cut it, you can cut it with scissors or a trimmer, but if you draw a line with a damp paintbrush, and then you just tease it around out with your fingernail. And I don't have much in the way of fingernails. Mine copper whacking from I'm obsessive compulsive hand washer, and from all paint and that and glues I use. So yeah, you can just, mine still work for that. You can just tease it out where you've drawn your line with your wet paintbrush. I only do one line at a time because you'll do this one and do that one. And by the time you get around there, that'll be dry and it's not going to tease apart really well. My question for rice paper, can you use ink over the top? Yes. Here we go. So she's got paint. She's got paint under. She's got paint over. She's got that glitter paint over it. She's stamped on it. She's made watery, painty, inky, flicky stuff and flicked that over the top. If you don't put matte gel over the top and seal it, or where you have a gap, the inkiness and the wateriness will get in and sort of spread a bit inside it or bleed a little. I don't mind that in mixed media. If you want your paint and ink to sort of sit on the surface and not go into it, just make sure that your matte gel is an even coat over the top of your rice paper. If you're not going to ink and paint over the top and you want to have your, like you've done mixed media on the background, but you want your picture of a girl, or a perfect example is now where did she go, is the Queen Bee one. Say you've got this girl and you cut her out, or you've teased this bit with, drawn a jagged line and teased it apart so it's all feathery, and you cut her out around here and you want to put her over something mixed media like that, you would use white paint. This is not white. Don't use this color. It's turquoise, but I can't see the white. I've got white just over there somewhere. I can't see it. Oh no, here we go. I've got white. I found it. You would use white paint instead of matte gel to stick it down, and you would very carefully, with your fingers is the best thing, is you would have it on a clean hand, and you would very carefully use your white paint on it and come from the center out. If you get it on this hand, you put that down, you clean it off, but don't take a million years. You're going to use a nice, even, light coat, but enough so that it's still sticky to stick. Then you're going to clean that, and then you're going to stick her down with white paint, and then you won't see your whatever it is behind her through her. If you use this, it's transparent and you'll see what's going on behind, but the white paint works like an adhesive. So acrylic paint, oil paint doesn't. Oil paint and scrapbooking never, ever, ever, ever mix. But your acrylic paint can be used like an adhesive. So in a pinch, you can glue with this. But remember, it's paint, so you're going to see it. But yes, you can use that to stick her down. But then if you wanted to do mixed media over the top and you didn't want it to get into the rice paper, because it's made with mulberry silk, right? Our rice paper is. Not everyone's is made the same, and not everyone's is as robust as ours. Ours doesn't go to pulp. It also doesn't bleed or crack. If you wanted to then mix media over it and you didn't want it to bleed into the detail, what you would do is you would put a nice thin, even, like very even coat of your matte gel over the top of her and let that dry. Now, if you've got matte gel on your fingers and it's sticky and you're going over and bits of it are starting to dry and you've got stickiness on your finger, you will actually pull that up and damage your design, because you need to work evenly and do one swipe and you're done. I hope that makes sense. Okay. I need to go. Have a wonderful Mother's Day. You too. The overview of colours to meet the sketch challenge is great. Seeing an image on Facey versus seeing an image beside papers is a perfect way to compare. Yes, yes. But remembering, like, so when I look at it, okay, if you did this 1, 2, 3 challenge, which I've lost the damn thing, somewhere in the pile. It's somewhere in the pile. It's at the bottom of the pile. If you did this and you did a page and it was all pink and purple with one little yellow flower and a green leaf, I would probably go, oh, I'm not really gonna, you know, it doesn't really meet the brief. And it's about something completely off topic and it's not used as sketch at all. Yeah. It's off brief. So, but if you do it and say you're doing it and your computer screen makes this look a little, I know I've said daffodil and sage green, but say you've got a different color for daffodil in your head and your computer screen or iPad or phone screen looks like what your color in your head is, and say your color in your head is this color, and say your idea of sage green is like this color here, and that's what your computer screen does. If I can see that that's consistently, where you're at, that's cool. Like, I get that computer screens make things look different. I've got a bit of a broad range on what I'm looking at, but I'm not looking for the person that's match the color perfectly, or because remember, the winners are random. There's 2 winners and they're random, but it's, like, I'm not going to put your name on the list to be a random winner if you do a purple page and with 1 yellow flower. That sounds really awful, doesn't it? Now I sound like a meanie poo poo caca bum. Okay, if Facebook's gonna translate that as something really hinky. Okay, so is everyone happy with rice paper? I'm trying not to rush, but I really want to cover everyone's questions. How to attach a vellum rice paper. I have got notes here. Okay. So we talked about that. Companion pages. Someone asked what you do with companion page. So a companion page is this. So a companion page is a paper that we've absolutely sold out of, and we don't really have the means or the time or that to remake. And it's got some fussy cuts, and they're not small fussy cuts usually. They're usually fairly big, or there's a little block of a different color or a different shade. Like this one's got, so we didn't make this into a pattern paper. but it's really handy in the Sunny Days collection. And then I made a little lime green weird one. And then we've got some fussy cuts that go with. But this is from a companion page. So this companion page had this pattern paper, and then there was a little block. The little block was the yellow. And then I think it had the balloon and maybe the cloud. Oh, I don't know about the clouds and some of the flowers. I can't remember exactly what's on that one. I should have grabbed it from work. But you can see, okay, the companion page is not 12 inches. We manufacture these ourselves. So they're usually around, you get a block of about 8 3/4 by, I think it's like almost 11 3/4. By almost 11 3/4. So it's not, it's not going to cover the page, but it's a good decent amount. Like this one's a companion page because this paper sold out. And then this was on with it, and then these flowers. So this page is made from, because I cut a hole to get my photo mats. So this is one piece of cardstock, one word, and one companion page. That is all you need to make a page. A companion page actually is a companion to a collection to extend the collection, but it's not necessarily something that was going to be a pattern paper, or it's completely sold out and it isn't going to be reprinted, because a palette of paper is a lot. And I don't do palettes unnecessarily because it's an awful lot. Sorry, I missed a bit, had a phone call, so I rewatched it. Okay, Debbie, if you have any questions, Debbie, after watching it, let me know. And she's about rice paper, says Dawn. So what we're also going to do is I've had a request from, I think it's Nicole. So Nicole in Southeast Queensland, the last time we did Zooms at Retreat for Island Sands, she has asked if we can do some sort of Q&A. Well, we might do a Q&A with Quentin and I at some stage, because I know people like to ask us questions about stuff and how to do things. But Nicole is interested in why I design things the way I do. Like she's got questions about, why I picked that color and not that color, and that sort of thing. So if anyone else is interested in that, or if you've got any other burning questions, make sure you ask them, because I can write them down, and if we do an answer along maybe a little bit more often, it's probably an idea. Now, the other thing I was asked about, so stamps and stencils was Christy. So this is stamps and stencils. If you really want to have, I would say watching Naomi John's mixed media class on a Monday night is a great way to learn about using the stamps. She draws a lot of the stencils and the stamps. So using those a bit freer and just having a go. Like, okay, so you might not want to do it in a journal, but you might grab a piece of cardstock, even if it's just like, the crappy stuff that comes in an album when you get an album. If you bought one of those ones that had cardstock in it, and you just slap some paint around and, yeah, just experiment, because that's how you learn and grow and become a bit more comfortable with things that, like doing this, that aren't necessarily what you're going to levitate to, is just having a go and experiment. If you don't like it, flip it over or cut it up into card fronts. Oh, there's another companion page. Look at that. I knew I had another one. We did rice paper. One of the questions was lots of pockets. Oh, this is stenciling again. So this is a couple of different types of stenciling. So we've got some paint, just regular paint. We've got metallic paint. And then this is light molding paste and paint mixed together and put through with a palette knife. And you can see it's been done over, so once it's all put together, it's been done over the boundaries, so it all has a bit of continuity. This is stamping here and stenciling. This is a Naomi John page. We lost the bit out of the pocket. One of the questions was lots of pockets on a page, and I will do that in a class. We will definitely do that at the Very Vintage Retreat, put more than one pocket. But you can layer pockets on top of each other. I do have pockets on one of my, and the pockets are in with lots and lots of fussy cuts and stuff on my Brisbane classes. So if you're coming to classes in Brisbane with us later this month, you'll see that. Okay. So what else did I have on here? Oh, so we do have a couple of pop-ups coming up in Queensland. So we have Brisbane on the 24th and 25th of May. So you can come and shop, and that's at 62 Flower Street in Northgate. So you can come and shop with us, or you can do classes. So we have classes on the 2 days, and it's $80 for a day, and you do 2 classes, and you have a ton of leftovers, and we do a lot of technique in the class. But you also get some brief instructions. So anything you don't finish, you can finish at home. Like it's got cutting instructions and that sort of thing. But secret ingredients, like how to do the techniques and that, we cover that in class, whether we finish the class or not. All of that's definitely specifically covered and made sure. So we're in May on the 7th and 8th of June, and we've got a crop on the Saturday, and we've got classes on the Sunday. If you come to the Brisbane classes and you book the 2 days, you get a discount if you buy the 2 days of classes. You don't have to do classes to come and shop, and you don't have to do you don't have to go to the crop or do the classes in Mackay to come and shop. So that's the 7th and 8th of June at the Mackay Art Society. And then Rockhampton on the 5th and 6th of July, which is the weekend before we go on our family holiday. Crop on Saturday, classes Sunday, and that's at Fred Fox Hall on Gladstone Road. What else is there? Oh, I'm going to show you how to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my iPad off here, watching the video currently. I am going to show you how to upload a picture to, where is the camera on my iPad? Oh, there it is. I'm going to show you how to upload a picture of a page onto like 1, 2, 3 challenge, and then I'll take it down. So I've got my iPad. I'm taking a picture. Do that with your phone as well. So I took my picture. I'm going into here. There's my photo. I'm going, oh, I need to edit that. So I've got these little lines. Come on. And then I've got my croppy thing. And then I'm just going to bring it in. Just moving it in. And I'm going to go back to it because I'm feeling like it's just not quite straight enough. That's better. And then let's bring it in a bit. Come on. Sometimes you've got to go in and edit it a few times to get it. Oh dear. Yep, I am a bit of a nutty perfectionist. And then I'm going to get to the filters and I'm going to go, no, that's not the colors of my page. Oh, what's that one? Does that look better? No, she looks really terrible in that one. Oh, that's a bit brighter. There we go. We'll try that. Okay, so I've got my picture. It's not the best color. We'll come back to a video. We'll go here. 1, 2, 3 scrapbooking challenge. 1, 2, 3 scrapbooking challenge. There we go. So this is 1, 2, 3 scrapbook challenge. We'll go, oh, so we can look in the feed and go, oh, that's this month's challenge. Or we can go, and I'm just going to unpin that one because it's the wrong one. We can go, okay, intermedia albums. Oh, that's this month. I'm going to put up. And then we're going to add photos. I hope this helps. And then upload photos, photo library. Oh, there it is. And then I'm going to go, I used the title, whoa, delete, TITLE in my journaling. And my background is, bear with me, mixed media, using the 2 colors and rice paper and blah, 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 blah. You know, this is my kid who's my best friend and all this. And then post. So let's go back to 1, 2, 3 challenge. I'm going to show you how to delete it in a minute if you put in the wrong album. And then I go, okay, so it's in here. You got to refresh it. Okay, it says I contributed. It's in there, but I really want to see I would like to see my page. Like if you would like to see your page, see this one's out in the front here. So to do that, you just go to it. You go, oh, there's my page. And you could type something, or you could just go emoji, heart. Yep. And then you're going to X out of there. You're going to go back to, and you're not going to have all these things on the side. That's just because I own the group. You're going to refresh. Come on, refresh. Oh, look. Come on, Facebook. Don't make a liar out of me. Look, maybe I need to comment something more than just an emoji. Love this. Right. So what's meant to happen is once they're commented on, I hope Facebook has not taken away this thing. Can anyone have, yes, Debbie, but you need to ask to join the group. I'll pin that to the top. So what's meant to happen is it's actually meant to come out into the front. So when I look at who's done the challenge, I actually don't look out in the feed. I go into the album. So you can go to the album just by clicking on here, or you can go in the way I showed you in media. So I go in the album and have a look and write down, like I put in this, I have a spreadsheet. I love spreadsheets. It's not showing me, but what should happen is your layout should then, or you can click on discussion. If you click discussion, it'll come back. Your layout should be out here once it's commented on. So, okay, so I've put my, I've put it in the wrong place. Like I go through, and some of you do it on time for the month, but then others of you, I think that lady's put that in the wrong group. I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. So others of you go, okay, my challenge for the year is to make sure I do all the 1, 2, 3 challenges and mood board challenges for the year. And it doesn't matter if I'm late. I'm not worried by that. And say you're doing that and you go, oh, bugger, I put that one in the wrong month. So you go to the challenge, you go to it, you click on your photo, you put up, click on your 3 dots, and you go delete photo, delete. And it's gone. Technically, Facebook has a record of it, but I don't think they keep that anymore. And I'm going to have to go back because I actually don't think that belongs. I don't think that belongs in our group. Just so you know. Okay, there we go. But you do have to ask to join the 1, 2, 3 challenge. It's got 3 questions. The questions are, let me just tell you what the questions are. The membership questions are, do you scrapbook? If you say no, I'm not letting you in. Are you going to enter the 1, 2, 3 challenges? And then you've got to agree to be nice. Or agree to the group rules. Because the group rules are, well, they're not bad. It's just like, be nice. And, yeah. How to, you know, how to be nice. Hello, Yvonne. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? I think I've covered everything on my list, but I don't know if I've answered everyone's questions to the full extent to what they wanted. Yes. So hopefully I have answered your questions. So don't forget, we've got, if you've missed the start, I showed you the Nature's Way pattern paper. And don't forget, you've only got until midnight tomorrow night to shop the Mother's Day sale and get 30% off almost everything. There's a lot. There's a lot in it. I'm going to put up. There's a couple of the sequin packs that have sold out, and a couple of the papers that were nearly sold out have sold out. Because there's some papers that we only have like 2 or 3 of. Oh. Okay, I'm on page 2 of that collection. Not page 1 where I thought I was. Okay. That's interesting. But yeah, so hopefully that answers questions. So we'll do answer alongs a bit more often. If you have any questions about design process, I'm not going to tell you the software I use. So I'll allude to software. But yes, I won't tell you the whole process because that's my proprietary information, but I will definitely share as much of my design process as I possibly can if we want to do that. So let us know if you would like to do a Q&A where we do that. And we might do that one as a Zoom where do you have 12 by 12 albums? Do we sell them? We do have 12 by 12 albums in stock. I don't know how many we have. I think there's a couple at the store, but they might all be the same. I'm going to put the albums and page protectors up. Oh, no. So we have pink, black. We have the hanging albums, which are custom and proprietary to us. And then we have chocolate, and we have like a tan gingery brown color. So I'm just going to put that up in here for you. Thank you, Karen. Lots of information. Yeah. Oh, one last thing. So Facebook are deleting videos after 30 days. Okay. Facebook are also making it harder for you to see what we do. And even if you're in one of our class groups, they're making it harder for you to find or be notified that there is a class on, like there's a live video in a group you're in. Like if you're doing we're in May now, so we're doing May classes. If you're in the May group, they're making it a little bit harder. So it just means that we've just got to make sure we're trying to be as diligent as possible with sharing the lives, downloading videos and reposting them, which is just taking hours because Facebook are making that even harder. Yes, Facebook, I am saying you're being naughty, and you are. So if you make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube, like my YouTube channel and Naomi John's, and then get notified there, and then you'll know that it's on Facebook. And if you find it easier to watch and comment on Facebook, you can then go to there. YouTube are much better at notifying you currently than what Facebook are. The old videos are disappearing. So if you've got a kit that you've been thinking about making the project for, probably an idea to try and get that done sooner rather than later. But if you find the video has disappeared, like Mel did this week, please contact us. And if we can't find it to get you into the video, we will reload it as long as we've got it. We've got 99.99999%. I think there's like 3 videos we don't have over the last 5 years. So if we've got it, we're going to reload it for you. If you're still doing old retreats, you need to let us know which retreats you're working on so we can make sure we prioritize those to reload the videos for you. It's a huge job to reload all the videos for that many virtual retreats, but we are going to do our best to get it done and to get all the class videos in the class groups up. But yes. Oh, okay. Oh, look, you can't buy any here. Oh, Debbie, that's not good that you can't get albums where you are. That's really not good at all. We do send a lot of albums out. But yes, so with Facebook, it's just a matter of making sure that you go to our if you want to get notified, you really have to go to our Facebook page. Make sure you like and share stuff, and comment as often as you feel comfortable, because what they're doing is, if you don't go and see us for a couple of weeks on Facebook, if you don't specifically go and seek us out and do those things, they will drop you off the list. So yeah, it is getting harder. Just finished October 24, now working on November 24. Awesome. Diana, that's great to know where you're up to, so I can make sure I keep those up there. But yes, if we know you're working on particular kits and classes and retreats, we can prioritize those. If we don't know which ones to prioritize first, and we're just going to go through and work from one end to the other. But yeah, if I know what you're working on, I can make sure I make that an absolute priority and get you to the front of the list. I hope that's all helped. I know it's a very negative end with the whole Facebook deleting videos, but we're really trying to do our best to make sure you guys can still watch your classes, use your kits. Our kits haven't been selling the last 3 weeks. We don't know if there's a problem with the website. We haven't been able to identify that there is a problem with the website. But if you feel that they're not popping up, they're not appearing, you can't see them, can you please let us know? And we will try and identify. It's either that or people just don't want to buy our kits at the moment. I don't know what it is, but we're a little concerned that there's a problem and we can't identify the problem. So I've done some tests and they're not showing any issues. So yeah, that'd be really interesting if you guys could let us know from your end what you're seeing. So that's it for now. We will be back at 7 o'clock on Monday night in the Creative Family group and on Naomi John's YouTube channel with her mixed media class for Mixed Media Monday. They have been very diligent at Facebook at deleting her Mixed Media Monday classes out of the Creative Family group. Creative Family group on the 7th of July will have thousands of posts with videos deleted. They're not deleting the posts, but they're deleting the videos. The videos will be deleted out of the posts, and there's well over 1,000. There's a lot. and it's all going to happen in one day. So the creative family group is actually going to get really shrinky size. So yes, yes, have a happy Mother's Day tomorrow, everyone. And we'll see you Monday night. And like I said, if you want to experiment with stencils and stamps and that, come along to Naomi John's class, watch what she does, and have a bit of an experiment. And ask her any questions you want, and she will be happy to help. And don't forget, we take requests for products as well. I am looking at the car thing. I've been working on the car thing for Lee, so, and basketball for Deborah. So I'm getting there. I'll get there. But have a wonderful day tomorrow, everyone. Whether you're a mum or not, because I know some of you aren't necessarily mums, but you're also aunts, your surrogate grandmas, your surrogate mums, your pet mums, dog mums, cat mums, or, you know, like you look after siblings or you look after your parents. When you have to parent a parent, it's hard, and I think everybody needs to be celebrated for the care that they give to others. So take care, stay safe. I love you all, and thank you so much for coming along. And don't forget to share your questions and ask us, so we know if we've got to do this again or when we've got to do it again. Thank you, Carol, and you have a lovely day tomorrow too, Dale. Love you all. Thank you. Bye.